So it's actually a very funny and interesting thing to me. So you have actually seen many people get interested in my story so far. Like within the span of 24 hours, I've seen many more people getting interested in knowing more about me. And the question I've been getting from most people is, who exactly are you? Where are you coming from? And how exactly was this possible? Yeah. So I myself have seen different ambiguous remarks, I've seen snide responses and so many crazy things, and even some newspaper did a very good job. They did a very good job at putting this stuff out to people. Yeah, so so I'll actually be explaining the whole thing and be giving you a clear understanding about how I made use of 1,000 naira to make 1 million naira supposedly. Yeah, so first of all, my name is Prosperity Olorunfemi, and yeah, so the news wasn't actually wrong, it's actually very right, it's true, yes. So I actually discovered this some days ago. No, it's not even, I discovered this yesterday. So I did proper tracking and I found out I made 1.1 million naira, that's 1,141,000 naira in credit on my business within 6 months of focus and dedication. So I'll be telling you the experience, the lessons I've learned, how I made this, and the reasons why, and the lesson you can actually take home. So, so first of all, I won't actually lie. The whole thing has been grace all along. So I never ever expected I'll actually be here today. It's crazy, but believe me, I never ever believed I'll be here today. So I'm actually using this to actually respond to everybody question, and of course I won't give it out for free. So I'll put it out at a still fee for everybody who actually is ready to learn from the lessons of my life so far, and I believe this will be a bestseller. Yeah, because I'm a badass marketer. Yeah, so I actually owe this to God. God has been amazing. God has been great, and He has been beautiful to me. I just grace in different ways, in different places. Like many mistakes I'll have made, even mistakes I made and I recovered. So I don't really want this to be long, so I'll be fast about it. And yes, I am 17 years old. I'll be 18 in the month of September, which is quite fast. So I'm still in my early 17s, yeah. So I'll I would still owe this to God. So God did this for me. So I'll take you through my story from the beginning of time to where I am now. So my whole journey started when I rounded up secondary school. So when I rounded up secondary school, I was crazy about making money. So yeah, I'm not actually from a bad family. My parents actually are not poor. Yeah, my mom owns a school and my dad is a full-time pastor, but at least he earns salary. So and my dad has lots of stuff he does. He has a fish pond. He has lots of landed property and stuff like that. So where I'm actually not from a rich family, but still not enough. We didn't actually have enough to actually get just whatever we wanted. And I think that's one of the reasons behind why I didn't get a phone early after I left secondary school. So my friends all had phones right from secondary school, and it actually impeded my progress. I couldn't move at the rate I was like academically while in school. So yes, of course, I'm a smart guy. Yeah, so I was actually a smart guy right from my childhood, very very smart. So believe me. So I actually came out as the head boy of my set when I was in secondary school. So I actually am lucky to be smart. So aside from being smart, I wanted to make use of my smartness to bring something to the table. I wanted to have something on the table. So from right from the start, I've always been hungry for success. So I always knew I could do more. I right from my childhood, I recognized that I am meant for higher places. Like I can do more and I can go further. Which is why I still believe I'm still in the early journey of my life. Like this is just the exposure I need for me to actually go to the next phase. So I so I actually recognized that I have potential, and I was ready to go as far as doing what was right to give me what I wanted. So I was not willing to make use of my smartness for something. I made use of my smartness in doing something right to earn what I wanted. So I was hungry for success, but I never had the required materials. My parents did. I graduated in the year 2019, July 2019 specifically, but my parents didn't get me phone in 2019. They didn't get me a phone in 2020. They didn't get me a phone in 2021. So that's how crazy it was. I cried, I shouted, I did all I wanted, but I never got a phone. But I always knew that a phone was my way out. Like, I did my research, I've done affiliate marketing like crazy. Before I even got online, I spent money on adverts trying to make money from affiliate marketing. But probably because it was not my part, it never converted. Myself and my best friend, Kwame David. So it never ever converted. But I knew I did that to the utmost. So I was a pro affiliate marketer. I am a bad ass Facebook ads strategies. I'm bad ass at targeting. Most times when I see people calling themselves Facebook ads stuff, I just ask them simple questions, and I get to know that these people actually don't have the knowledge I gathered. I made use of YouTube videos. I remember many sleepless nights. Like, many times my mom and my sisters would just come over, and yeah, I was making use of, before people get confused, I made use of my mom's laptop then. So I made use of YouTube to the utmost. I watched YouTube, I learned video, I learned everything from YouTube. So I shout about YouTube being a good man. I made use of YouTube to majority of what I know. So I couldn't get the actual results I wanted. So I just went on, and I went on doing my thing. I learned computer, I learned a trade, I did different, but I never had a phone until 2021. So that 2021, I was just ready to change my game. I was ready to start something new, and I just woke up that morning and I was like, Mom, I'm getting a phone this week. Okay, no, oh, that was a jump. So my parents, I told you my parents are not poor. Yeah. So my mom just, her phone just had a little issue one day, and she was like, I'm changing my phone. And she got a big phone. Yes, she got a phone that is 2 gig RAM and 32 gig internal memory. So she just woke up that morning and said she's getting a phone. So I'll say they never just counted it as important. That's why they never got me a phone all along. So my mom got a new phone, and she handed over a hanging phone. Yes, it's an Itel P12, 1 gig RAM, 16 gig 16 gig in a memory, and I was so excited. Like, I actually have a phone, like, glory, beautiful. But alas, immediately I stepped on that phone, I just opened it and I tried typing something on WhatsApp, and that phone just froze. So that was my crazy story. My phone froze. So that was when I knew this actually wasn't my way out. That was later in 2021, I think, around April 2021. Yeah, so I actually knew that was not my way out, but I struggled with that phone for quite the time. I struggled with that phone. I tried to make use of it. I tried to share content, but it was not doing it. You know, it can't. It can't. How do you expect me to? I have been using a laptop all along to learn stuff, and you expect me to swap to a phone. So that was that bad. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So, and I was motivated. I knew what I wanted, but I was dragged down by my resources. So I just got angry. I just got angry and just woke up and told my mom, and told her that, Mom, this Friday I'm getting a phone. I'm getting a good phone. And they be like, where are you coming from? Which kind of motivation is this? So that exact spot was the turning point of my life. So I learned to make targets. That if I want this, I can always do it. And I learned to set my mind and achieve whatever I put my mind to. So I just set it there and I was like, Prosperity, you are doing this this Friday, and is exactly what I want I would get. And crazily, it didn't work that Friday. I think it worked the next Friday. I got 22,000 and bought a second hand phone. And what this phone I bought for 22,000 was a 58,000 naira phone. But God actually knew what He had in plans for me. That's why I was able to get that phone. But God so loved me. I got that phone and I started out there. So this might not seem too important, but here is one deep lesson you have to hold on to. So I just believe you are getting stuff. So if I'm the one actually listening to things like this, I'll be with my daughter, and whenever I note a lesson like something that resonates with me, I jot it down. So I even have my book here. I have my book I use for my strategizing here. So I will advise you to do the same. So get a book whenever you get points and when you learn things and you listen for people, just jot it down. Sorry. Yeah. So I got to that phone and I started putting out content. I started out as a WhatsApp guy. I started putting out content on my WhatsApp. Started from the scratch as a fresh guy. So I started putting content out. Started establishing myself as a graphics designer. Till today, that's still a problem. But I started out as a graphics designer, many people still mistake me for a graphic designer. So I put stuff out. I did lots of things. So I learned, I took courses, paid courses this time around. So I did different things. So and I earned. So I think I did about 10 to 20 or 50k during that time. So from graphic design then. So I made stuff from my uncles, I made designs and stuff like that. But I had connections, I had people on my list, people on my network that were doing exploits, people making 100k from just one design job, and I got depressed. Like, this is crazy. I can't be struggling here for over 1 month and see somebody making over 100k. This is crazy, and I was just so depressed that day, and I dropped my phone on the window, which is somewhere I never ever dropped my phone. I dropped my phone on the window that day and zoomed off. Coming back, I met my phone lying flat on the floor, and my sister told me she broke my phone. But she didn't even tell me, she didn't even want to agree. But she broke my phone. That's very scary. So, and I checked my phone. So that's my short-term depression actually scattered everything for me. I almost went crazy. Like, a phone that I actually bought with faith. It's not as though I got money from my parents or something. How much? I think my dad actually gave me 5k that I had to get that phone. So I don't know how I sold the remaining money, but I sold for that money. So 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 this is now a kind of phone that can now get broken. But as usual, I've learnt my lesson from before. So whatever I want, I just put my mind to it and I achieve it. So I just set it out. I'm like, I'm getting my phone fixed this week, and my money came out. Many people gave me sorry. So many people gave me physical jobs during that period. That's a very notable period for me. So I worked with many. I did branding. I did packaging designs for people, for businesses. I did many stuff. I did banners. I also made money. So I made money during that period. Like, me physically, they were giving me cash. So I made money then. So I planned to fix my phone, but that phone was a foreign brand phone, so I couldn't fix it. So I had to get a new phone. So I bought a new phone. An Infinix Hot 10i then. So I started with that Infinix Hot 10i, and as soon as I got that Infinix Hot 10i, I was like, lie, you can't be using a new phone and still be getting the same results. That was impossible. I was like, I want 100k in a month. And I told my mom that, Mom, I want to make 100k this month. So, and she was like, for where? So I just sat down and I thought, you say I like my mom. Yeah, she's my personal party. So I just sat down and thought, I want 100k. How can I make 100k? This. I did my research, I did my calculation, I made research, I did stuff, man. So, and I actually found out that I could actually sell AirPods at that moment. That's when the AirPod idea came to me, and I took it up. I reached out to my uncles, please lend me money. I reached out to everybody I could, and of course, I got the capital I needed. Though not from my uncles, but from other people. I got the capital I needed. So this is where the mistake comes in. So during this period, I created a bank account. So this is the funny thing. When I started, I lent money to import the airport freshly. So I learnt this lesson from my uncle. So this my uncle is actually my mentor. This is also one lesson I wanted to have. Have a mentor you can always run to, who will be strict with you and be real with you. Who won't just say fine, okay, you are doing it. But someone who understand and is ready to correct you. So when I wanted to import, I asked my uncle some questions, and my uncle is a marketer and all that. So he just puts me through, asked me some questions strictly. Didn't even mind that I'm a young boy or whatever. Asked me strict questions, and those questions got me thinking, and that's how I was able to market my first set of AirPods. So I did a pre-order and did the pre-order for 400 naira. Pre-order one AirPod with 400 naira. Believe me, it was crazy. But they bought the AirPod for 4,000 naira, but pre-ordered with 400 naira. Because of I said pre-order with 400 naira, my book got filled. I generated leads like crazy. It was a crazy lead magnet. Like that's still my best lead magnet so far all my life. So I was like, get pre-order AirPods with 400 naira only. Like as I'm talking about this, I'm thinking of doing this thing once more. So pre-order your AirPod with 400 naira. People like, pre-order for where? Even if they don't understand it, they join the group. Even if they don't, immediately they join the group. Me as a badass, I just converted them. I did content marketing. I marketed myself to them, put myself out as an authority, and show them that I'm good at what I do. So if you want to buy from me, respect me and buy from me. And that's how I sold my very first set of AirPods. During that sale, I made over 200,000 naira in sales, not in profit. I did 150 in profit. Sorry, I did 250 and did 150 in profit and 100 in capital. So that's where my very first credit came in. So that's my very first month. That was in the month of July. So during that credit alert, anybody that checks my bank account, so it was because I didn't have a bank account then. So it's exactly because of this pre-order that I wanted to do that I created a bank account. So I don't even know why my bank account started with 1,000 naira credit alert, but I think the first credit alert that should have entered my bank account was 400 naira. So it was in 400. So I was making 400 for many people. I did 20 AirPods then. Did I? Oh, that's 20. Sorry, I did 50 AirPods then. So that was 400 naira from 50 people. So I kept coming in day after day, day after day, and that's exactly how I made my first cash online. And of course, I told you everything is online. I didn't sell it to anybody physically. And after that month, I did it the next month. I did it the next month. I did it the next month till the end of 2021. So that was just the funny secret. During this period, I changed my phone. I got over an 100k phone. I've done lots of things with money during this period. So I bought courses. I've done stuff. So so far I've learned many things from my experience so far. So these are the lessons I want you to take on. Number one, I want you to understand that where you are isn't actually the limit. So even the sky, I believe there is a limit beyond the sky. So what I want you to understand is you can always do more. You can always do more, and you are capable. So you are young, you are rich, and you are great. So I want you to understand that. I want you to affirm that into your life daily. I want you to say that into your life every single day. And I want you to know it is very, 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 very possible. So recognize your potential. Know you can always do more. It's always possible. It's just for you to set out and make this a possibility. And another thing I want you to do is research and find out what exactly you can do. Number one, no, I want you to have a clear goal before you can even research, before you can make strategy, before you can have tactics. You have to have a clear goal. This is where I'm actually going to. This is what I actually want. And actually, when you just have this, you focus, you make research, you find out how exactly you can achieve this goal. You build plans, you build strategies, and you build a whole long-term plan that will help you achieve this goal. Then from that you start working. You focus. That's the next thing. You focus on making it a possibility. Don't divert. Don't see somebody saying something and be like, I'm already tired, let me go there. Focus. There are many times I could have gotten disappointed. I could have just stopped saying I'm not selling earpods anymore. But I stood and I kept on going, and I'm like, no, I'm going to make money from this, and I kept on going. I've had experiences with customers insulting me. I've had experiences with customer calling me names. I've had many bad experiences, but I kept on going. Even the very last one I did, that I still have just one remaining in my bag right now. So this one is I've gotten different types of insults from customers, and I've had bad experience even with shipping company. There are times I'll go there to clear my products and people be like, show me the receipts that you are the one that came to buy this thing. But I kept on going. I didn't mind because of what I had a clear goal in mind. I knew that this is actually my source of income. This is where I'm going to make my money from. So you have a clear goal and focus. Don't get distracted. Just keep doing it right. Keep doing it right. So now I also want you to build a three-step relationship. I call it a three-step relationship. Number one, create a friendship level relationship. People who are in that similar level, who are doing that similar things you want to do. You get people who are growing. You see that growth is the every you know these people your friend. And so you can call them colleagues. That is the thing. You call them colleagues. I started from the middle. So then the lower part will be the mentees who are learning from you. So these people, those people that I told you colleagues, will be running. When they are running, you don't want to walk. Either with you run. I like the running of these people all being inside. You can see them in the especially in my local marriage, that guy killed the man. So he has been one of the guys, one of the people that challenge they're actually telling you that many from you. These people are the ones who inspired you in the days you are down. You go through their reports and be like, wow, I've actually done this. So this is another level we need to have around you. You won't even want to go down when you see that people are looking up to me. Like, that's something to keep you going. That's something to keep you going. Then you have the top level. These ones are the mentors. People who achieved exactly what you want to achieve. They've done it, they've done more. If you build relationship on these three stages, I don't see how you want to suffer in life. Like, all these people are going to push you, they are going to exert you, they are going to extend you, they are going to drag you, and you have no choice than to move. You have no choice than to move. So build relationships is very important. I have brands I've volunteered for. I have brands I still volunteer for. I have people that I've volunteered for. And I have people I still volunteer for till date. So don't think yourself too high. Like, don't get proud. Like, you have a capability, you are good at something, and you are like, oh no, this skill is too much for me to actually volunteer. But I want you to know that there is actually a very great advantage to it. So I want you to make it as a very important thing. Don't just reach out to people to make them your mentors. Yes, this is a very show them what you have to offer, represent yourself as an authority. Okay, this is what I do, this is what I do, I'm good at this, but people respect me for this, and I would love to work with you. See, many of them immediately you recognize that you are an important person, you are big, you are good at what you do, and of course you accept you, they take you in, and that's it. That's just it. So, and finally, I want you to just keep doing it. So you actually have a goal, you have everything in place. So I want you to know that the only way for you to succeed has always been so you just have to keep doing it. So what you are doing is actually right. So just keep doing it. If it's right, you know it's right. So Mahatma Gandhi has this saying. I don't actually remember, but I read it in one of the that if you are doing something right, you know it's right. And if you are doing something wrong, you know it's wrong. So if what you are doing is right, you know it. So just keep doing it. You don't actually just focus on it and keep doing it. That's exactly your way to success.